15 states that Bernie won went to Trump. 90,000 people in Michigan voted all the way down ticket, all the other races, but didn't say anything in the general election, in the presidential race. We'll see that all over the country. People are hungry for a new direction. I think that's why Trump has won this election. They want change.
This is the worst shape that our party's been in since Reconstruction, 1920s, or before, in the 1870s. We lost across the board. We lost very progressive people. We lost moderates. We lost everybody.
Well, the map does look a bit red today as we get ready for a Trump administration. As we mentioned before, Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, outgoing, issuing the statement today, if this is going to be a time of healing, we must first put the responsibility for healing where it belongs, at the feet of Donald Trump, a sexual predator who lost the popular vote and fueled his campaign with bigotry and hate. Winning the Electoral College does not absolve Trump of the grave sins he committed against millions of Americans. Well, Senator Joe Manchin just responded with a statement, Democrat from West Virginia. Senator Harry Reid's statement today attacking President-elect Trump is wrong. It's an absolute embarrassment to the Senate as an institution, our Democratic Party, and the nation. I want to be very clear, he does not speak for me. Senator Reid's words needlessly feed the very divisiveness that is tearing this country apart. Now more than ever, it is time for us to all come together as Americans. Unfortunately, there are some who forget that at times like these, it is wrong to put party and politics above our country. Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia. Let's bring in our panel. Syndicated columnist George Will, Leslie Marshall, syndicated talk radio host, and Charles Hurt, political columnist for the Washington Times. You heard the historical references for the Democratic Party, where it stands now. George, your thoughts?
Hysteria is overwhelming Democrats, like that staffer who said climate change is going to kill her in the next 10 years or so. Look, Hillary Clinton is a historically untalented politician, and she won the popular vote. Republicans have lost the popular vote in 6 of the last 7 elections, so they're not an irresistible juggernaut. Our political parties are amazingly supple market mechanisms, and they adjust very fast. 1964, the Goldwater debacle, the Republicans lose 44 states. The Goldwater candidacy gets less than 40% of the votes, and everyone said they're going to disappear. They won 5 of the next 6 presidential elections. So it's a little premature to write the obituaries for the world's oldest political party, which the Democratic Party is.
Although there was some parts that just did not hear what was happening, obviously, Leslie. I talked to Senator Jim Webb as he was getting ready to run for president, and this is part of that interview.
Who would be the representative party for the working people in the country? And that has been the traditional role of the Democratic Party. The people who have no voice in the corridors of power could always count on the Democratic Party to be talking about those issues, economic fairness issues particularly.
You say that Democrats could do a better job with white working people, but you concede in recent years that particular group has gone to the GOP.
I totally agree. They have. This is a values-centered culture. This is a culture that does not envy wealth. It's a culture that's very heavy on personal honor, military service.
It's like they just didn't listen to him at all.
You know, what's interesting is Hillary didn't listen to her husband. If you remember, Bill Clinton warned about disenfranchised white voters years ago, and we all know it's the economy, stupid, Economy 101. And one of the things that my candidate, and I'm still in the anger denial phase, I'm moving forward though, one of the things she didn't do was address the economic woes of the nation, which is the working class, the middle class, not visiting Wisconsin as an example, and not putting forth, I mean, Democrats are the party of unions, and look at those workers and look at the demographics of those workers among the working class. She wasn't speaking to them. She wasn't giving a plan. How are we going to bring jobs back? Donald Trump spoke about jobs. We saw in the polls, although we don't want to look to those much, that he was much stronger with regard to the economy because of not only his business background, but what he was saying to the people as he was campaigning all along. And that's what people are most concerned about, is the economy, is jobs, is their bottom line. And that wasn't addressed.
How does he take that and turn it to governing?
Well, it'll be interesting to see, and you know, it's going to be an uphill battle because, of course, obviously his campaign and which I don't think is a bad way to go. But and I think good results can come of that. But you know, the revolution that sort of you know, catapulted the Republican Party through what it's been through over the past 18 months, I feel like is still waiting to happen inside the Democratic Party, because and with all these WikiLeaks and all this kind of stuff that we're seeing, just how much the system worked behind the scenes to get to make sure Hillary Clinton got the nomination. I think that there's going to be hell to pay for that going forward.